So getting good at self-defense often relies on variety. So I see it a lot of times in styles. The reason styles have problems is because they fight people that fight the way they do but don't fight real people. So for example, I've seen a lot of styles that fight very close, and then he fights very close, and we stay right here and we fight like this, right? And we're doing very short work. And that's how we always practice. And when we practice self-defense, what he does is he just steps and stops and throws short work, and then I work against that. On the other hand, I have seen throwing styles where people completely commit 100% of the time with 100% weight. So when he steps through me really deep, it's very easy for me to move him and throw him because of his commitment. So often trapping styles or karate styles will fight short to teach each other how to fight short, and throwing styles will just run at each other. You really kind of need both, right? So when you attack people, as a general rule, what I like to do is I like to do it by distance. Sometimes he'll come from here and I'll have him punch me, he comes through very deep, right? That's important, that he comes really deep and from a farther distance. On the other hand, sometimes we practice short where he doesn't come quite as far in. The object when you feed people is to mix it up. If you just sit there and do the same repetitive attack all the time, nobody's learning anything. So when you're in flow, say I'm just learning to block. This is just a drill, it's not a fight, we're just playing. So he comes deeper, right? Now all of a sudden I'll get closer and he'll come closer. And now I'll back up and I'll make him come again. And then what I'll make him do is I'll make him come harder through me again, like quicker, right? And now I'll get close and he'll throw again. And he'll throw again, right? And I have to learn all the footwork, whether it's far away or whether it's very close. Because when you're farther away, you have more time and you can move your feet more. When you're closer, you have to rely more on body work and short steps. So if I'm attacking him, it's really important that I throw really deep through him sometimes. They're almost uncontrolled. Because when you watch real fights, they don't look like this, right? People are gunning. Now, an uneducated person is gunning, like they're throwing. So that's another important thing too, is when you feed people, you gotta make sure that sometimes you're throwing straight work. But sometimes you're throwing haymakers. Sometimes you're just coming in and throwing off angle and making it really hard for him. But then you mix it up. Then eventually you just come to really short work, and you have to learn how to deal with that too. So getting really good at self-defense is a function of changing distance and changing angles of the punches and changing how advanced the punches are. Like sometimes you want to throw very short work, like someone who has skill would do, and sometimes you want to throw things like an unskilled person would do. Because you don't know. You get into it with somebody, maybe they have some training and they're a little shorter. Maybe you run into a meathead who's just going to throw. But if you don't practice both, you won't learn the footwork or the timing for either one. Now, this is just for punching as an example. You should also mix in your grabs like this, your tackles, you know, everything, kicks, everything should mix like this. And you just want to constantly do different variety.